Alright, give me a second, because this one deserves a real conversation. I want to talk about the Samsung QN70F. This is for the kind of person who's reached that point where pretty good actually feels annoying. You've trained your eyes. You notice blooming around bright objects. You notice motion that isn't quite locked in. You notice when a TV reminds you it's a TV instead of letting you disappear into what you're watching. That awareness means you're ready for something better. Before you get pulled all the way in, take a quick look at the current price and stock. Many LED models like this have a habit of jumping around when demand spikes, and timing matters more than people think. I knew it was time to upgrade when dark scenes stopped feeling dramatic and started feeling compromised. My old screen technically worked, but it never felt confident. Blacks looked gray, highlights felt restrained, and fast motion always carried that subtle blur you can't unsee once you notice it. Switching to this felt like removing a limitation I'd learned to live with. What hit me first wasn't brightness or sharpness, it was calm. There's a sense of control here. Highlights land exactly where they should. Shadows hold detail without washing out. Motion feels anchored, not slippery. You stop adjusting settings. You stop second-guessing. You just trust what you're seeing. Living with it day after day, it reshaped how everything looks. Gaming feels immediate and stable, like the screen is finally keeping up with your inputs. Sports look crisp and continuous instead of smeared during fast pans. Movies feel intentional, with contrast that adds depth instead of distraction. Even background viewing feels elevated, like the TV refuses to phone it in. And once you experience that consistency, something interesting happens. Every time you consider a cheaper option, your brain immediately fills in what you'd be losing. That's not marketing, it's your senses refusing to downgrade. If you're thinking about waiting, don't wait blindly. Prices shift. Stock disappears. Just keep an eye on it now instead of wishing you had later. You might wonder if this is overkill for everyday use. It's not. The real advantage isn't peak moments, it's how effortless everything feels all the time. The mini LED control makes bright rooms manageable and dark rooms cinematic. Motion stays clean without looking artificial. The picture feels composed, not pushed. Here's the surprise benefit no one talks about enough: confidence. You feel it every time someone sits down and watches something without you explaining or apologizing for the screen. It just delivers. After weeks of use, a few things become obvious. Dark scenes finally have depth. Fast motion feels locked and stable. Brightness feels powerful but controlled. Everything looks intentional, not forced. You stop browsing TVs entirely. The downsides are real, though. You'll become sensitive to weaker screens. And once you adjust to this level, going back feels harder than expected. Eventually, comparison fatigue sets in. You stop looping through specs and realize you've already made the decision emotionally. Don't let this be one of those upgrades you delay and regret when prices change or stock vanishes. Check the availability, see where it's sitting today, and trust the instinct that brought you here. Because once this is in your space, settling isn't something you do anymore.